At the conclusion of the NASCAR Cup Series race at Watkins Glen International, there was an incident between two teammates, Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. And this incident has sparked off a lot of debate in the NASCAR fandom about what's going to happen next, with Elliott giving a pretty cold interview with sarcasm mixed in there, and Larson seeming genuinely apologetic about it. It seems like there might be a bit of a clash at HMS. Well, today, I'm here to kind of rain on everybody's parade because I don't think this is something that's going to blow up into a widespread rivalry like a lot of people think. So let's look into it right now. Starting off, we got the incident at Watkins Glen. So with the restart, you had the 5 of Kyle Larson on what would be turn 1's inside lane, and you had Chase Elliott on the outside lane of turn 1 in the 9 car. Well, when they go for the restart, Elliott gets a good jump, but Kyle Larson gets a push really well off the 16 of AJ Allmendinger. Into the corner, Larson tries to outbrake Elliott, but in doing so, he gets in the corner too hot, locking up the tires, not being able to turn, and he moves the 9. Larson would end up getting by and into the S's would be the leader, whereas Elliott would fall back to as far as 7th. While Elliott recovered to 4th, it was nowhere near the fact that he should have won. And with it, Elliott was pretty mad, as seen in this clip. I think the sarcasm here and the way that he kind of bites his lips shows it.
Just a huge congratulations to Kyle and everybody on the 5 team. Congratulations to everybody at Hendrick Motorsports for getting another win, and appreciate Kelly Blue Book for being on our car this weekend.
He says this will be discussed, obviously, in competition meetings and between the two of you. What would you like to say to him?
Congratulations. He did a great job. Seriously, they deserve it, and looking forward to going to Bristol next week and trying to get with our team.
Now, this isn't the first time that these two have gotten together this year. Back in the second race of the season at the Auto Club Speedway, with a couple to go, Kyle Larson was fighting up front for the lead. Behind him, Chase Elliott had a huge run in the 9 car, and he went to the high side of Larson. Larson throws a very late block when Elliott is already pretty much beside him, and it sends Elliott into the wall. Larson goes ahead while Elliott falls back and eventually spins out, to which many were accusing him of purposefully doing. Whether that was the case or not, the damage was done. Larson would end up winning the race in thrilling fashion, whereas Elliott finished 26th, which was one of his worst races of honestly the last 3 years. And this shouldn't be too shocking that these two get together. This is due to both of them being elite top-level drivers. Both win often, and both are championship contenders and winners. Look at Elliott in 2020, and then Kyle Larson just last year. These guys being up front so much means it's inevitable that they're going to get together. It means it's inevitable that they're going to fight for wins, and it means it's inevitable that they're going to have disagreements. But I think that a lot of people are reading way too deep into what's going on. And it's really fans versus reality. Fans of both of these drivers go back and forth with the other on a regular basis. Whether it's at the track or on social media, it's pretty clear that Larson fans and Elliott fans aren't too fond of either, which reminds me of previous Hendrick drivers fans. TV tries to drum up the drama between these two drivers to kind of drive the narrative, but in reality, Hendrick Motorsports will handle this internally, and it probably is not going to blow up into anything. Now, speaking of Hendrick Motorsports, I need to give a reason why I think Hendrick is so efficient with this. The reason that Hendrick is so efficient is because of the people. Starting off with the man the team is named after, Rick Hendrick. Hendrick has decades of people experience in business as well as in racing. He understands people, and that is one of the big keys to why his team has done so well. If you understand people, you can understand what drives them, you can understand what angers them, and you can understand how to diffuse a situation like this. Meaning that in a high-intensity, championship-level fight like these two probably will be in, Rick Hendrick can keep control of his drivers. Now, there are other times where it'll boil over, and ultimately it will mess with the performance of a team. In 2005, Jimmy Johnson had this with Chad Knaus, where the two were fighting back and forth on the radio, choked away a chance at the 2005 title, and because of that, Rick Hendrick got the two of them together in a room with milk and cookies and had them locked in there until they could figure out what was going on. Basically saying that if they were going to act like children, he'd treat them like children. How did that fix it? Well, I don't know exactly, but Jimmie Johnson won 5 consecutive championships after that, so it had to fix something. And then you have to look at Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon is a driver who is obviously in the GOAT conversation. He knows how to win, and he's going to show his drivers how to win. After the race, it was seen that him and Hendrick talked to Elliott after the race, which I would say means that in a lot of ways he probably acts as almost a driver coach to both Larson and Elliott. So when you have two guys like that, an owner that has known how to win for 4 decades, and a driver who dominated in a couple decades and pretty much knows how to make a team win on every single level, well, then I don't think that either of these drivers are going to go against that. And I don't think that Rick Hendrick and Jeff Gordon are pitting them together to fight. And Gordon should know how much of a distraction this can be because he has a similar history to both of these guys. In 2010, Gordon and Jimmie Johnson had a rivalry against each other, as shown here.
Look at the aggression and the drive shown by Jeff Gordon.
Whoa, they hit, I'm telling you.
I don't know if he has the best car, but Jeff Gordon has the drive to win this race.
Remember they came by here a little bit ago pushing each other.
4 times, a little upset. I guess they thought you got into him, I guess. Oh, he's treated different than everybody else.
That's the kind of teammate I want, buddy.
I don't know who was 39 maybe, or somebody gave me a big shove, and I was coming 10 miles an hour faster than anybody, and the 48 is testing my patience, I can tell you that. It takes a lot to make me mad, and I'm pissed right now. I mean, you know, when a car's going that much faster, I don't know what is with me and him right now, but, you know, whatever. But
now, as you can see, most of this rivalry was off the track and in the media. And there was a little bit of light beating on the doors, but it wasn't like these two were trying to crash each other, and these two weren't crashing each other for the win. Most of the accidents actually were more or less, well, accidents. And that's what I'm getting at here. Gordon probably knows just how much this was a distraction for him in 2010, as does Jimmie Johnson. So it's pretty easy for a season to be derailed doing this, but at the same time, if they can sort it out, both of these guys, Elliott and Larson, will be as competitive as they should be. Now, with this all being said, I want to pass it on to you and ask, do you think that this rivalry is going to continue? Why or why not? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. And to all my channel members, thank you so much for your continued support. So until next time, have a good one.